am RC Robbin. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. We have plenty of playlists on this channel, not just baseball, but other types of video games. We also have a Dungeons and Dragons playlist, which is a tabletop role-playing game, not a video game, where we get together on Zoom and we stream to YouTube, and we have a great time once a week. Next game up is our 30th session on YouTube this Monday. I don't know when you're watching this, but it will be in February 2021, February 22nd. You're probably watching this much later than that. But anyway, if you're here right now, you're here for baseball. So this is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for the PlayStation 4. It's my intention to play every inning of every game of 162 game schedule and beyond. So the creative franchise is called the BRONX Knights. They've been wedged into the American League West, taking the place of the Houston Astros. As you can see on the screen, the updates, the standings, the Knights are 70 and 37. And that's good for first place. They're 8 games in front of the second place Seattle Mariners. So let's not delay any longer. Let's go to the schedule. 2-game set at Texas before going to 4 games at Seattle Mariners, which are in the second place team. So let's get the first of this short 2-game set out of the way at Texas. Organization games, play game, okay. AAA player, let's put 15-day disable list. Let's see, keep them active. Play full game. We are the away team at Arlington, at Globe Life Field is what they're calling the Arlington, Texas these days. So let's go with that. Eli Ramos is the starting pitcher. Everybody had a day off, so everybody is nice and healthy. So everybody starts. So the American League batting race. As you can see, the second baseman for the BRONX Knights, Chris Ramos, is hitting .377. Good lead over Wade Boggs for the batting championship. But we got 2 months left of this season. It is late July, so plenty of time for that to change. Get ready for some original play-by-play. Welcome to this broadcast of Major League Baseball as the BRONX Knights visit the Texas Rangers here in Arlington, Texas at Globe Life Field. And on the mound for the Rangers is Jordan Yamamoto, making his 22nd start, 6-8 record, 5.62 earned run average. And leading off for the Knights is Mighty Max Lukulich, hitting .326, 4 homers, 29 runs batted in, and he happened to be the starting center fielder for the American League in the All-Star game. And it's a slow roller on the first pitch to the second baseman, and there is one away. 1 pitch, 1 away. So, starting lineup for the BRONX Knights, Max Lukulich just grounded out. Don Mattingly's at first, Chris Ramos is at second. Michael O'Rourke's in left, Jacob Salazar's at short, Benny LoCicero is in right. Matt Saps is the DH, Matt Termini is the third baseman, and batting ninth, playing catcher, is Anthony Millo. So Donnie Baseball, .319, 19 homers, 80 runs batted in. Steps up with 1 out. And he hits a deep fly ball to right, but playable. He makes the catch, 2 pitches, 2 away. It's maybe a quick inning for Yamamoto. So next up, Chris Ramos, second baseman, .377, 41 homers, and 106 runs batted in. With 2 months of the season left to go, he's projected to hit 62 homers. If he keeps this pace, and he pulls the first pitch foul for strike number 1. It's 3 homers in his last 4 games. Pitches outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Ramos. Pitches low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Clyde Washington is the home plate umpire, calling balls and strikes today here at Arlington. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Pitches outside, hitters count, 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. See what happens. Fouls off the cut fastball, count goes full 3-2. Payoff pitch is coming. Gets him on the outside corner. Called strike 3, and the side is retired. Didn't much like the call, but in any event, half an inning of baseball. Bronx Knights nothing. Texas Rangers coming to bat. So bottom of the first, on the mound is the ace of the staff, Eli Ramos, making his 23rd start of the season. He's 14-3 with a 3.42 earned run average and is in all the conversations for the American League Cy Young Award winner. Still 2 months left, plenty of time to solidify it or screw it up. Johnny Damon leads off for the Rangers, 289, 11 homers, 41 runs batted in. Comes the first pitch from Ramos. That's a deep drive in the gap, right center field gap, and it will be one hop into the fence. And that is going to be a stand-up double to lead off the game for the Rangers. That's Johnny Damon's 34th double of the season. Let's look at the replay. Gave it a ride. So next up is Ben Zobrist. 232, 7 homers, 28 runs batted in. Runner in scoring position with nobody out. And it is a one-hopper to Ramos at second. One away, and the runner will move to third. So they have a runner in scoring position at third with less than 2 outs. Starting lineup for the Rangers. Johnny Damon led off, Ben Zobrist at second, Ernie Banks at short, Jorge Soler in right, Eddie Murray at first, Minnie Minoso in left. Ivan Rodriguez is the catcher, Corey Dickerson is at DH, and Joe Rizzo is batting ninth, playing third base. So, Ernie Banks, 299, 26 homers, 63 runs batted in. You can get that run in from third with less than 2 outs. Doesn't need a hit. Pitch is low, ball 1. So that's Mattingly at first base and Benny LoCicero in right field. Bronx Knights are first place in the AL West, 70-37 record. And it is a slow roller up the middle. The run will score. And it's an RBI ground out for Ernie Banks. And the score is now 1-0 Texas. So Jorge Soler steps up with 2 away. He is a road warrior. His average here in Arlington is 216. Overall 254, 17 homers, 57 runs batted in. Pitches at the knees, 99 miles an hour on the radar gun, strike 1. As you can see, the shift is on. Only one fielder is Mattingly on the right side. All the other 3 are on the left side. Swing and a miss. The slider count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Fouls it upstairs. Count remains 0-2. And he just gets a piece of the circle change to stay alive. Curveball is low, count is 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And there are 3 outs here in the first. So, after 1 inning of play, Texas leads 1-0. So we go to the top of the second. Michael O'Rourke, the left fielder, steps up, hitting .344, 25 homers, 81 runs batted in. He's also carrying a 9-game hitting streak into this game. And he swings and misses. Strike 1. Texas Rangers are 1 game under 500, good for 4th place in the West. Slider just misses. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on O'Rourke. 25 home runs is second on the team behind Mattingly. I'll check that. Pitch is low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Second behind Ramos is 41. So inside backs him off the plate. Hitters count 3 balls and 1 strike. Shortstop Jacob Salazar is on deck. And that is a line drive, 1 hop to Ernie Banks, throws him out, and there's 1 away. Defensive alignment for the Texas Rangers in the outfield from left to right is Minoso, Damon, and Soler. And in the infield from third base over is Rizzo, Banks, Zobrist, Murray, and Gold Glove winner Ivan Rodriguez, and Hall of Famer behind the plate. So next up is the switch hitter Salazar, hitting .329, 13 homers, 69 runs batted in. He swings at the first pitch, skies it to center. There is Damon, who makes the catch, out number 2.
That is there. The right fielder.
So Benny LoCicero, the right fielder, 286, 21 homers, 79 runs batted in. He was on the All-Star roster. That is a base hit to center, and they have a 2-out hit. As I was saying, LoCicero makes a big mistake, decides to try for second, and gets thrown out at second to end the inning. I don't know what he was thinking. So after an inning and a half of baseball, the score remains Texas 1, Bronx Knights nothing. So leading off here in the bottom of the second is Eddie Murray, hitting .323, 22 homers, 73 runs batted in. Hall of Famer who played for the Baltimore Orioles in the 70s and 80s. Takes at the knees, strike 1. Switch hitting first baseman, had 500 home runs in the American League. And that is a line drive base hit to left. And Texas leads off with a single here in the top of the second. Check that bottom of the second.
That is good. No one fielder. Number 9.
So next up with the nobody out runner at first is Minnie Minoso. He is hitting .277, 19 homers, 49 runs batted in. Steps in against Ramos. Doesn't seem to have his best stuff coming out of the bullpen. They have left his breaking balls at home. Slider outside, swinging and miss. Count is quickly 0-2 on Minoso. Inside off the plate, count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Sharp slider, and there's 1 away. That's his second strikeout of the game. Real time. So, perennial All-Star and Hall of Famer Ivan Rodriguez, 282, 14 homers, 57 runs batted in, takes low ball 1. He was on the All-Star team for the American League. Wasn't the starting catcher. I mean, maybe he was a starting catcher. I don't remember. Pitches 2 balls and no strikes on Rodriguez. Fouls off the split finger. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike on Ivan. So it's a 1-0 lead for Texas here in the bottom of the second. Slow roller. Termini over to second for 1. Back to first. Double play. Tough 5-4-3 double play to end the inning. Great play by Termini to rush the issue. So, at the end of 2, Texas leads 1-0. So we go to the top of the third. Up steps the designated hitter Matthew Saps, hitting .278, 19 homers, 65 runs batted in. Sometimes he'll play second base, third base, shortstop. Pitches low ball 1. Say more than half of his starts are at designated hitter position. And he fouls the curveball back to the screen. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Saps. Inside and low, 2 balls, 1 strike. Called strike 2 on the corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Saps. And he swings and misses out in front of the curveball. And there is 1 away. Yamamoto's second strikeout. Terrible angle.
Number 79.
So next up is Matt Termini, the third baseman. He's hitting .310, 7 homers, 53 runs batted in. Swings at the first pitch, pops it up. Eddie Murray settles underneath it, makes the catch for out number 2. Yamamoto is dealing. So the number 9 hitter, Anthony Millo, .243, 9 homers, 43 runs batted in. Trying to turn his season around in the second half. He grounds it down the third base line, and it will be a base hit. Minoso gets over quickly and holds him to a single. So it's a 2-out single for Millo, and the inning will continue. So batting average leaders for teams in the American League. The Knights lead the league with a .312 batting average. As you can see, the Rangers are at the bottom of the list, 276, but still pretty good. So leadoff man steps in for his second plate appearance. Max Lukelich is 0 for 1. Pitches outside, ball 1. Max has more than 30 plus doubles, 30 plus stolen bases. Outside, ball 2. Count as 2 balls and no strikes. Starting center fielder for the American League. Backdoor slider. Count as 2 balls and 1 strike. Just grabbed the corner. Outside, hitters count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Here it comes. Oh, he called this. At first he thought it was a ball, but hit the bottom of the zone. Count is full. The runner will be off. And he fouls it back to the screen upstairs. So we'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the third. Runner at first will be moved in motion. Again, just protecting the plate. Slapping at the outside pitch. Keep the inning going. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. And that one may drop in there. It is a base hit for Lukelich. He's 1 for 2. And now they have 2 runners on with 2 outs. The threat is real.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Next up is Don Mattingly. Donnie Baseball was all-star for the New York Yankees, borderline Hall of Famer. Back injury in the 1990s killed that dream. It was never the same. Cut fastball finds the outside corner. Count is 0-1. Won a batting title in 1984. He won an MVP in 1985. And that's a deep drive to center, but playable for Johnny Damon. And they will strand the runners. So, 2.5 innings of baseball complete. The score remains Texas Rangers leading 1-0. So, stepping in for the Rangers, Corey Dickerson, 257, 7 homers, 28 runs batted in. He's a designated hitter today. We go to the bottom of the third. And he pulls it foul up the first base line, strike 1. And that is a line drive to center. In comes Lukelich, makes a nice shoestring catch for out number 1. Nice play. Here comes a replay. Made it look easy with his speed. So next up is Joe Rizzo. 250, 8 homers, 21 runs batted in. He's playing third base and batting ninth for the Texas Rangers. Takes it low. That was called a strike. My goodness, count is 0-1. Pitches low and inside. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on Rizzo. And he slices it down the third base line. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So we got 1 out here in the bottom of the third. 1-0 lead for Texas. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and there's 2 away. That is strikeout number 3 for Ramos. Here's a good angle. Would have been a strike anyway. Just blew it past him. So leadoff man steps up for his second plate appearance. Johnny Damon has a double already. And he fouls off the 99-mile-an-hour fastball, strike number 1. And the inside slider. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Johnny Damon played for the Red Sox. He played for the New York Yankees. started his career with the Kansas City Royals. And he almost slaps it down the left field line, but it just goes foul at the last minute. Won a championship with the Red Sox. I don't know if he won a championship with the Yankees. I think he did in 2009. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, side retired. Strikeout number 4 for Ramos. So 3 innings complete. It's still 1-0 Texas. So we go to the top of the 4th. Second baseman Ramos steps up. He struck out in the first. Struck out looking. He's 0 for 1. And that is a hard line drive, but right at the center fielder. Damon makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 away.
Now batting, the left fielder.
So next up is the left fielder, Michael O'Rourke. He grounded out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. And that is a hard ground ball through the right side. And it is a 1-out hit for O'Rourke. On the ground between first and second. That's a 10-game hitting streak for Michael. Doesn't look like Eddie Murray wants to hear it. So, shortstop Jacob Salazar flew out in his first at-bat. It's in the dirt, blocked nicely by Ivan. Now I know that O'Rourke likes to steal a base or two. He doesn't have a lot of speed, but he's really good at stealing bases. He has like 17 steals on the season. But he better be careful with Ivan Rodriguez behind the plate because he has a cannon for an arm. This is a pop-up in the infield. Second baseman makes the catch, Ben Zobrist, for out number 2. Yamamoto is dealing.
Number 38.
So Benny LoCicero had a single today. He's 1 for 1. Steps up. Runner at first, 2 out here in the top of the 4th. And he's going. Outside pitch, strong throw, but he beats him. He beats him. That is, I believe, stolen base number 18, if I'm not mistaken. Check the score. So, count is 1 ball and no strikes. Deep drive, but it will curl into the seats, out of play. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on LoCicero. O'Rourke leads off second in scoring position with 2 out. Pitches outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. And he chases a high pitch. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Up in his eyes. And this one he pops up. First base side. Eddie Murray in foul territory makes the catch to retire the side. So, we are halfway through the 4th inning. Texas still leads 1-0. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Ben Zobrist steps up. He's 0 for 1.
The second baseman.
Just misses inside, ball 1.
1 ball, no strike.
And he fouls off the splitter. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, he wanted that pitch. Circle change. Floats in there, but it's outside according to home plate umpire. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. The pitch down and in. Nasty sinker or nasty slider. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Zobrist. And he pulls it deep, but foul. Count will remain 2-2. 1-0 Texas. Bases empty here at the bottom of the 4th. Hard line drives from his knees. Long throw for Termini. In time. 1 away. Nice play by Termini. Deep in the hole at shortstop. He's a third baseman. Basically, the only infielder on the left side of the infield because they played him to pull. So with 1 out, Ernie Banks steps up. He grounded out for an RBI. Outlander fouls off the first pitch on a drive, radio off, listening to the game. All right, well, listen, I'm glad to be of service to you. I hope that you drive safe. The score is 1-0 Texas here in the bottom of the fourth. Let's check that. Eli Ramos is the starting pitcher. He's down 1-0. And it's a deep drive by Ernie Banks. Back to the track. O'Rourke in left makes the catch on the warning track for out number 2. So Eli Ramos leads the team with 14 wins. He's 14-3, but so far he is losing this contest. So up steps Jorge Soler with 2 outs, hitting .254 on the season. Pitch is on the edge, strike 1. So this is the first of a short 2-game set in Arlington, Texas, before the Bronx Knights. Check that. Hold that thought. Slow roller to Mattingly. Tosses over to the pitcher covering to retire the side. So, at the end of 4 innings of play here in Arlington, the Texas Rangers still lead 1-0. So we go to the top of the 5th. Up steps Matthew Saps, the designated hitter. Struck out in the 3rd. He's 0 for 1. Jordan Yamamoto is 4 scoreless so far. Pitch is outside, ball 1. As I was saying, after this quick 2-game set against the Texas Rangers, second pitch is outside, 2 balls and no strikes. The Bronx Knights get a 4-game set at Seattle. Seattle's in 2nd place, so that's going to be a matchup. So he swings at the 2-0 pitch and drives it to deep center, but Johnny Damon settles under it, makes the catch for out number 1. So next up is Matt Termini. Popped out in the 3rd, he's 0 for 1. Here comes the pitch. Hard ground ball to the shortstop. Ernie Banks fields, fires. Got him by a half step. There are 2 away. So Yamamoto is dealing. He woke up on the right side of the bed this morning. So the number 9 hitter, Anthony Millo, catcher, singled in the 3rd. This is his 2nd plate appearance. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Pitch is low, ball 1. And he pulls it down the left field line, but right there is Minnie Minoso, who runs at the line, makes the catch, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 inning for Yamamoto, and after 4.5, it's still a 1-0 lead for Texas. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Eddie Murray steps to the plate, singled in the 2nd. He's 1 for 1. So Eli has pitched a great game so far, just that, he's on the wrong end of things. His offense hasn't gotten many runs. First pitch, 99 miles an hour on the radar gun, inside for ball 1. Low, ball 2. Count is 2 balls and no strikes on Murray. And he swings and fouls it up the 3rd base line. Count is 2-1. So the Bronx Knights are 70-37, good for 1st place in the American League West. This is a created franchise that has been wedged into the American League West. Took the place of the Houston Astros. You can't add a team, you have to take one out to add one in. Inside fastball, swing and a miss, and there's 1 away. That's strikeout number 5 for Ramos. Here's the replay. Terrible replay. Every replay for a strikeout should be over the shoulder of the pitcher, not from the side, but I guess we'll take what they can give us. So with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th, Minnie Minoso steps up. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout as well. Here comes the delivery. Pitch is low, ball 1. So my intention is to play every inning of every game and not simulate any of it, and to live stream every single game, 162 straight through to the playoffs. Next pitch was 2-0 on Minoso. He has 19 home runs on the season. And he fouls off the 97 mile an hour fastball, strike 1, down the left field line. So 2-1, 1 out here in the bottom of the fifth. And he chases a slider. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Set and delivers. And it's a ground ball base hit through the box up the middle. Past the diving attempt by the second baseman, Chris Ramos. I would like to say no relation, but the truth is that in real life, Eli Ramos is the 68-year-old father of Chris Ramos. But that's a whole nother story. In any event, there's 1 out here in the bottom of the fifth. Runner at first, and Hall of Famer Ivan Rodriguez steps up. He is 0 for 1, but he is dangerous at the plate. First pitch, he takes off. Throw down to second is not in time. So it's a stolen base for Minoso. And now there's a runner in scoring position for the Rangers here with 1 away. So the count is 0-1 on Rodriguez. Here comes the pitch. And he ground ball up the third baseline, foul ball. Count is 0 balls and 2 strikes. Deep drive towards the left center field gap. Long run for O'Rourke. He makes the catch, and there are 2 away. No advance on the bases. Minoso will stay at second with 2 outs.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Corey.
So the designated hitter, Corey Dickerson, he lined out in the third. This is his second plate appearance. 2 outs, runner at second. Pitches inside, ball 1. So that was stolen base number 10 for Minoso. And he fouls off the pitch down the third baseline. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on Dickerson. Just low. Ramos wanted that pitch, but the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. And it's a slow roller to Mattingly at first, like a vacuum. He takes it himself to the bag to retire the side. So it's 5 innings of baseball. It's an official ball game. Texas leads 1-0. So we go to the top of the 6th. For the Bronx Knights, it's the leadoff man, Max Lukulich, who for his 3rd plate appearance, he's 1 for 2 with a single today. His average is at .327. Yamamoto is still out there, 5 shutout innings. Swing and a miss over the top of the curveball. That's strike 1. Max has 32 doubles on the season, and he grounds it up the third base line, but it's foul. So he's down 0-2 to Yamamoto. Fouls it off. Count remains 0-2. Swing and a miss, but it's in the dirt. Strike him out, throw him out, and there's 1 away. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game for Jordan Yamamoto. Don Mattingly, the first baseman, steps up. He's 0 for 2. Pitch is just, no, they called it a strike. Right on the outside corner, the count is 0-1. He's really got the corners working. But that's a deep drive to right. Back goes Jorge Soler. It is Gonzo, ladies and gentlemen, and we have a tie ball game. That's home run number 20 for Don Mattingly here in the top of the 6th. And the score is 1-1. Oh, yeah. Deep drive to right. Pulled it down the right field line. Congratulated behind home plate by Ramos, who's the next man up. Let's see the replay. Low line drive that just scoots its way over the yellow line in that right field corner. So next up is Chris Ramos. He's 0 for 2 today. He struck out, he flied out. High cut fastball. He checked his swing, ball 1. This is fucking greatness. Well, listen, thank you very much for taking the time to listen. I really appreciate it. You know, I'm going to do this regard. Oh, wait, inside pitch almost hit him. He got away. He kind of looks, stares down after the home run at Yamamoto, wondering if there's any intent. But the count is 2 balls and no strikes. 3-0. Will he have the green light on 3-0? we'll see. I got a little secret for you. My hands are off the controller. I don't swing on 3-0. So the pitch is high. 4 balls after the home run by Mattingly, number 20. He walks the next batter, Ramos. So if I were the manager of the Texas Rangers, which I am not, I would have the pitching coach go out there and have a conversation with him. But he's absent for the time being. So with a runner at first and 1 out here in the top of the 6th, Michael O'Rourke singled in today's game. He's 1 for 2. He steps up to the plate. Here comes the pitch from Jordan. Oh, that's a deep drive. Back goes Jorge Soler to the track, the wall. It is Gonzo, ladies and gentlemen. A 2-run home run from Michael O'Rourke, his 26th of the season. And it is now a 3-1 ball game. Bronx Knights lead here in the bottom of the 6th. And as usual, the antics that Michael O'Rourke does around the bases, I really can't believe that they haven't thrown it at his head by now. He just, he's 17 years old in real life, and when he takes a trip around the bases after a home run, he really lets it all hang out. It's a sight to see. But here's the replay. Perfect hit. Short stride, one-handed swing, deep drive. And you could see Jorge Soler just stop at the fence and look up. He knew it was a 2-run homer. So anyway, 3-1 ball game here in the 6th. Next up is Jacob Salazar, the shortstop. He's 0 for 2. And his cut fastball is low, ball 1. Be careful texting and driving, Mr. Outlander. I don't want you to get into an accident. So, next pitch is way outside, ball 2, 2-0. And still no visit to the mound. So, Salazar, here comes the 2-0 pitch. 3 balls, no strikes. On deck is the right fielder, Benny LoCicero. Still 1 out here in the top of the 6th. 2-run ball game. 3-0 count. Inside, walked him on 4 pitches. So he's really lost something on the mound in the 6th inning. So runner at first, still only 1 out. And instead of sending the pitching coach out, the manager struts out to the mound and calls for the right-hander. That'll be all for Yamamoto. He's responsible for the runner at first. He is the losing pitcher of record. He cannot win. So we'll see how it ends up. In relief comes Reynaldo Lopez. This is his 47th appearance out of the bullpen. His record is 11-3 somehow, with a 5.38 earned run average. He's gotten 11 wins, so apparently they've scored a lot of runs for him when he comes in middle relief. So up steps Benny LoCicero, batting from the left side. And swings at the first pitch. It is high. It is far. It is Gonzo. That is a 2-run home run, number 22 of the season for Benny LoCicero, and it is a 5-1 lead here in Arlington, Texas. Oh yeah! Deep drive, no doubt about it. Lopez basically went down into a crouch after he threw the pitch. Boom! No doubt about her. So the score is 5-1, and no help from the bullpen. Matthew Saps 0 for 2 steps up, and he swings at the first pitch, but this one is a slow roller to the second baseman, Zobrist. And finally, there's out number 2. So, highest team ERA in the American League. The Rangers are on that list. Their team ERA is 5.05. So they certainly have some work to do in the offseason, getting some better staff. So anyway, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Third baseman Matt Termini is 0 for 2, steps up to the plate. Third plate appearance. Pitches low, ball 1. So Termini's 11 for his last 19. He is hot. That's well over 500 in his last handful of games. Down low, 2 balls and no strikes. So 2 right-handers are warming in the Rangers bullpen, Brad Keller and Michael Kopech. Count is 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here in the 6th. And he swings at the 2-0 pitch and grounds it up the middle and into center field. It is a base hit. He rounds second, makes a big turn at second, but decides to hold it first with a single. Again, it's just a ground ball with eyes up the middle. So once the floodgates open for the Knights, it continues to rain. So the number 9 hitter, Anthony Millo, singled in the third. He's 1 for 2. And that's going to find its way towards the gap. In the right center field gap, no, check that. Left center field gap goes all the way to the wall. He is going to stop at second. And the runner will make it home on the throw is late. It is an RBI double for Anthony Millo, and the score is now 6-1. Bronx Knights lead. That is home double number 17 on the season for the backstop. And Anthony Millo, after having a terrible April and May, has started to turn his season around in the second half. So the lineup turns around completely. Max Lukulich, the center fielder, steps in. He's 1 for 3 with a single. Takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. Lukulich has 83 runs and 31 stolen bases on the season with 2 months left of the season. Swings at the 96-mile-an-hour fastball, according to the radar gun, and fouls it off. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Millo leads off second. There's 2 away. And this is popped up in the infield, just in foul territory. The third baseman makes the catch to finally, mercifully retire the side. So after 5.5, it's now a 5-run lead for the Bronx Knights. They lead 6-1. Oh, yeah. So we're going to go to the dugout and talk to Heidi. Heidi Watney, our sideline reporter. But unfortunately, there seems to be something wrong with her microphone. So we're sorry, Heidi. We're going to send a technician down there to check the battery. In the meantime, we're going to focus back on home plate. He, bottom of the 6th, Joe Rizzo, the number 9 hitter, struck out in the 3rd, stepping in for his second plate appearance. All of a sudden, Eli Ramos has inherited a 5-run lead. First pitch is low, ball 1. Fates can change. 2 innings ago, it was 1-0. Now it's 6-1. So next pitch is high, 2 balls and no strikes to Rizzo. Set and delivers. And he pulls the split finger fastball deep but foul. So the count is 2-1. I wonder if Joe Rizzo is the brother of Anthony Rizzo. Swing and a miss at the 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Strike 2. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes on Joe. And it's a deep drive the other way. Back goes O'Rourke in left. He makes the catch for the first out. Nice play by O'Rourke. So, ERA leaders in the American League entering the game today. Ryan Yarborough of the Baltimore Orioles, 2.84 ERA. Eli Ramos is on the list, mid-3s. So next up is Johnny Damon, the leadoff man. He's 1 for 2. It's 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss, inside fastball, strike 1. So, here comes the pitch. Fouls the slider back to the screen. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. So that was pitch number 64 from Eli in the 6th inning. So he's been economical with his pitch count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And there are 2 away. So that's strikeout number 6 for Ramos. Here's the replay. Good replay from over the pitcher's shoulder. Shows the location. It's low, but you can't take that pitch with 2 strikes. You got to swing at it. And he just, just blows it right by him. So with 2 outs in the 6th, Ben Zobrist is up. He's 0 for 2. And he fouls off the fastball back to the screen, strike 1. Zobrist is hitting .230 on the season. Breaking ball inside. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Inside corner. Strike 2. Count is 1-2. He's working fast. Stretch and the delivery. Deep drive the other way. They were playing him in pull, so long run for O'Rourke. He makes it to the warning track. He cannot make the catch. Bounces up against the wall. Makes the turn at second, but holds there, and it is a 2-out double for Ben Zobrist, his 8th double of the season, and they have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs here in the 6th. Again, they were playing him with the shift on to pull. Had O'Rourke in left been playing his normal position in left, it would have been an easy catch, but he had a long run to the corner. So next up is Ernie Banks. He has a RBI ground out today. He's 0 for 2. He has that runner in scoring position now. First pitch is at the knees for strike 1. Ernie Banks in real life was a Hall of Fame shortstop for the Chicago Cubs in the 1950s and 60s. Pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Slider inside. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Nibbling a little bit. And he fouls off the circle change. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Banks. Runner leads off second with 2 down. Here's the pitch. And it is a line drive to left. It is a base hit. He makes the turn at third. Strong throw from O'Rourke. It is in time. Throws him out at the plate to retire the side. What a throw. Come on, show us that replay. At the end of 6, it remains a 5-run lead for the Knights. They lead 6-1. So we go to the top of the 7th. Bullpen is still active for the Rangers. Don Mattingly, who hit a solo home run in the 6th. He's 1 for 3 steps to the plate. That was home run number 20 for him. Lopez is still out there pitching. And he hits a line drive, but right at the Zobrist, the second baseman. 1 pitch, 1 away. Nice reaction play from the second baseman. So next up is Chris Ramos, who's 0 for 2. He does have a walk and a run scored today. His average is .375 to lead the American League. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Granted, there are 2 months left, so a lot of time to go up or down. Oh, that's deep, but playable. Line drive to Jorge Soler in right, and there are 2 quick outs here in the top of the 7th. Hit it right on the nose, but right at the right fielder. So next up is Michael O'Rourke. He's 2 for 3. He has a homer, a single, 2 runs batted in. That was home run number 26 for him earlier in the game. Still a 5-run advantage for the Knights. Swing and fouls off the fastball, 96 miles an hour on the radar gun. Strike number 1. Pitch is outside, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. O'Rourke was the starting left fielder for the American League in the All-Star game. High ball 2, 2-1. And that is a curveball that was lazy fly ball to center field. Damon makes the catch to retire the side. So get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the 7th inning stretch. It is a 6-1 lead for the Knights. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Jorge Soler is 0 for 2. Ramos is still out there pitching. Eli Ramos, that is. Only thrown 74 pitches. This is pitch number 75 on the corner, strike 1. And he fouls the circle change upstairs behind the plate. Count is 0-2 on Jorge. Oh, that's a deep drive to center. Back goes Lukalic at the track. He makes the catch for out number 1. He gave it a ride, but as the deepest part of the ballpark, 407 in center field here in Arlington. So Eddie Murray is 1 for 2 with a single today. He's hitting .324 on the season. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Here comes the pitch. In there, strike 1, right down the middle. And he pulls the slider foul. Deep, but foul. And the count is, again, 0-2. Eli's consistently getting ahead of hitters. And that's basically his success So it's a line drive towards the right field line. LoCicero makes it over to the line to make the catch for out number 2. So he's cruising at this point. 6 2/3 innings, 1 run, 7 strikeouts. Next up is Minnie Minoso, singled in the 5th. He's 1 for 2. His average is at 278. And that's a deep drive towards the left center field gap. Long run for Lukalic, and he will make it. Great amount of speed at the warning track. He makes the catch to retire the side. So at the end of 7 innings of play, the score remains Knights 6, Rangers 1. We go to the top of the 8th. Jacob Salazar, the shortstop, steps up. He is 0 for 2. He does have a walk and a run scored, but nothing in the hit column. Takes high ball 1. No, they called that a strike. My goodness. So 0-1 count to Salazar. And he swings at the next pitch and pops it up in the infield. Joe Rizzo at third makes the catch for out number 1. So Ronaldo Lopez is still out there. Next up is Benny LoCicero, the right fielder, 2 for 3. He's got a homer, a single, 2 runs batted in. Lopez sets and delivers. Pitches low, ball 1. Attendance here in Arlington, 16,016. And let me tell you, that is certainly not a sellout. And that is a line drive base hit through the box, up the middle, and through. It is a single here in the 8th. 1 out single for LoCicero.
Now batting, number 31.
So with a runner at first and 1 out, next up is Matthew Saps. Big lead over there at first for LoCicero. And he swings at the first pitch and fouls it back, strike 1. Matt Saps is 0 for 3 today. Average is sitting at 276. And it's off the end of the bat towards center field. Long run for Damon. He will not get there. Runner makes a turn at second. LoCicero makes the turn at second, heads to third, and it will be first and third with only 1 out here in the top of the 8th for the Knights. That's a 6-game hitting streak now for Matthew Saps. He's 1 for 4. Again, it looked like it was going to be a line drive to the center fielder, but he hit it off the end of the bat and dropped in, blooped in for a center field hit. So they decide to go to the bullpen. Seth Lugos comes in on relief. This is his 38th appearance out of the bullpen. His record is 2-1 with a 2.55 earned run average. And he has got a trouble spot. It's already a 5-run advantage. Runners at first and third with only 1 out. Matt Termini steps to the plate. He's 1 for 3. Pitches outside, ball 1. Runners lead off first and third. Swing and a miss out in front of the slider on the outside corner. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on Termini. Breaks his bat, flares out to Eddie Murray, the first baseman, who makes the catch, and he does not get the runner from third home. So there are 2 away on the pop-up from Termini.
Number 43.
So runners are still at first and third, and Anthony Millo, the catcher, the number 9 hitter, steps up. He's 2 for 3 today with an RBI. Single, a double. And he pops it up down the first base line. It slices into the seats, foul ball. Strike number 1. Here comes the set and the pitch. High and tight. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike on Miller. Checks his swing, pitches outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. So again, runners at first and third, 2 out here in the top of the 8th. And it's a ground ball up the middle. He knocks it down, flips it over to second for the force. Nice play by Ernie Banks at shortstop. And the side is retired. He stole a hit and an RBI from Anthony Millo. Here's the replay as we go to commercial. After 7.5, it still remains a 5-run lead for the Bronx Knights. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. Ivan Rodriguez steps up once again. His 3rd plate appearance. He's 0 for 2. Eli Ramos is still out there pitching. This is his 82nd pitch. So there's no reason to take him out with a 5-run lead. Might as well save the bullpen. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Just off the plate outside with the slider. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. And that is a circle change that drops in there for a strike. I tell you, I think that was low, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. It's 2-1. And he pops it up on the first base side. Mattingly runs over into foul territory near the batter's box. No, check that. Near the on-deck circle. He makes the catch for out number 1.
Up next for the Rangers, the designated hitter.
So next up is the DH, Corey Dickerson, another batter from the Texas Rangers that are 0 for 2. It seems like the entire lineup is 0 for 2 today. So first pitch to Dickerson is swing and a miss at the split finger fastball, strike 1. Ground ball, deep in the hole, it's short. Throws across, in time, great play by shortstop Salazar. Nice throw. In the hole, backhanded it, long throw, 2 outs. So, number 9 hitter Joe Rizzo is 0 for 2 like everybody else. Struck out, he flied out, steps in. And the pitch is inside, ball 1. Again, another inside pitch. Count is 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes to Rizzo. Here's the pitch. Fouls off the splitter. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. In there, strike 2. Count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. 6-1 ball game. Bronx Knights lead here in Arlington, Texas. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that, I believe, is strikeout number 7 or 8, I'm not sure, to retire the side. So at the end of 8 innings of play, it's Bronx Knights 6, Texas Rangers 1. And I think that that's going to be all. Before, well, actually, I can't do it just yet. I got to do some pitching work in the manager's office. First pitch to Max Lukulich, who's 1 for 4, is outside, ball 1 from Seth Lugo. So manager's office, we're going to the bullpen, and it's a 5-run lead, so I want to put somebody in the pitch. So I'm going to pick the guy that we just got in a trade, Carlos Estevez, to warm up in the bullpen. Okay, so he will come in, bullpen. Carlos will schedule to put him in the game. So that'll be all for Eli Ramos. 8 innings, 1 run is more than enough for the starter. So next pitch from Seth Lugo is outside, ball 2. Count is 2 balls and no strikes to Mighty Max, the center fielder. It is the top of the 9th. First game of a 2-game set against Texas. And he skies it to left. Looks like Minoso will make the catch for out number 1. Lazy fly ball the other way. So Donnie Baseball is 1 for 4, but it was a big one. It was a solo home run in the 6th that put them on the board and tied the ball game at 6-1. Opened the floodgates, if you will. And he slices it down the left field line. Foul ball. Lugo sets and delivers. And that's a line drive to center. It's deep but playable for Johnny Damon. Makes the catch for out number 2. So with 2 outs, Chris Ramos steps up. He is 0 for 3. He did walk today, but no hits on the ledger. 2 outs here in the 9th. And that's a line drive, but right at Ernie Banks, the shortstop. He will be 0 for 4 and lose his hitting streak. But we will go to the bottom of the 9th. It's a 6-1 ball game. Texas needs 5 runs to tie. So in relief to pitch the ninth is Carlos Estevez, who just came over in a trade this month to shore up the deficiency in the bullpen. The right-handed relievers in the bullpen for the Bronx Knights have not really been performing well, so hopefully this will make a difference. Leading off for the Knights, check that. Leading off for the Texas Rangers is Johnny Damon. He has a double today. He's 1 for 3. Estevez throws heat. 99-mile-an-hour fastball fouled off for strike 1. He has a four-seam fastball, a slider, changeup. Basically working with those 3 pitches only. Slider in there, strike 2. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Damon. And it's a line drive to Mattingly at first base for the out. Nice stab. So the line for Eli Ramos, 8 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 7 strikeouts. He threw 92 pitches, and I'm telling you, he will take that line every day of the week and twice on Sunday. And if things stay the way they seem to stay, it will be win number 15 on the season for Eli Ramos. So the first pitch to Ben Zobrist is just off the plate outside, ball 1. So he hit a double in the 6th. He's 1 for 3 today. Slider off the plate inside. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Low, 3 balls, no strikes. So will Ben Zobrist have the green light? I think it would be foolish. They need base runners, so he shouldn't have the green light. So let's see what happens. He does have the green light, and he pops it up, and it drops in there over the head of Termini and into short left field for a base hit. So it's a single. I guess it paid off. He's swinging, kind of jammed him on the pitch, and blooped it out the opposite way over the head of the third baseman for a single. So with a runner at first and 1 out here in the 9th, Ernie Banks steps up again. He has an RBI single today. He's 1 for 3. Pitch is low, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. The count is 0-1. I have to call it like I see it. That was not a strike. Swing and a miss at the slider. And you see, that's how the previous pitch influences the next pitch, because he chased the slider out of the strike zone because the previous pitch was called a strike and it was out of the strike zone. So now he's down 0-2. Ernie Banks steps up and fouls off the next pitch. Now that pitch hit triple digits on the radar gun. 101 miles an hour, fouled back to the screen. The count is 0-2 on Banks. Outside corner, strike 3. He does not agree with the call. He's yelling at the umpire. But in any event, there are 2 outs, and the Texas Rangers are down to their final out of the game. Representing that final out is Jorge Soler, who's 0 for 3 today. In there, strike 1. That's a deep drive. No one's gonna get that one, ladies and gentlemen. And it is a 6-3 ball game with 2 outs in the 9th. Jorge Soler just hit his 18th homer of the season, a 2-run shot, and this game is not over yet. It's a 3-run ball game. Let's look at the replay. Again, it was just a breaking ball high that did not break, and he crushed it. Pulled it to the into the left field bleachers. No chance for O'Rourke. So, still 3-run lead. Eddie Murray steps up. He's switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Estevez. He's 1 for 3 with a single, and he still represents the final out of the game. Fastball in there, strike 1. So you know what I'm going to do? Because it's a 3-run ball game, I'm going to go to the manager's office and the bullpen. I'm going to warm up John Smoltz, the closer, just in case another runner gets on. Another runner gets on, he's coming in for the save. But in any event, Carlos Estevez will pitch to Eddie Murray. So the count is 0-1 on Eddie Murray. In there, strike 2, and the Texas Rangers are down to their final strike. Swing and a miss, strike 3, ball game over. Bronx Knights win 6-3. So that's the first game of a 2-game set, quick 2-game set here in Arlington. Eli Ramos gets his 15th win of the season. He's 15-3 to lead the staff and also lead the American League in wins. That's win number 71 for the Bronx Knights. They're 71-37. When the day started, they had an 8-game lead on the second place Seattle Mariners in the American League West. So that will certainly not decrease. It will either be 8 or 9, depending on what Seattle does today. So let's end this the right way. So the Bronx Knights, 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors. The Texas Rangers, 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Eli Ramos gets the win, like I said before, number 15. Jordan Yamamoto, while he pitched well early, had a really terrible 6th inning, and he gets the loss. And the player of the game is Eli Ramos. 8 innings, 5 hits, 7 strikeouts, no walks, 1 earned run. He is your player of the game. And that has been a broadcast of Bronx Knights Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. If you are watching this in the future on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It really helps out the channel, helps it grow. If you don't like baseball, I don't know why you'd be watching this, but if you don't like baseball, there are other channels, other playlists on this particular channel with other video games. And we also play Dungeons and Dragons on Monday nights. So please check that playlist out as well. So anyway, I'm going to say goodbye from here. The Bronx Knights won 6-3. You have yourself a great night, and especially the Outlander. I hope you got home safe. Take care, everybody. Have a great evening.